One of the problems I find students often having a question about is regarding composition of functions and what to do when we combine them in different ways using this notation. This isn't my favorite notation in the world, but it's important to understand. Now, the most common thing to mess up here is the difference between these two, because they look really similar. This one, right here, in fact, let's start at the bottom here. F plus g. Simply mean we're adding function f plus function g. Pretty straightforward. So in this case, we would simply have, let's see, function f I just said is x squared plus 1, sorry. G of x is 2x plus 1. So we have x squared plus 1 plus 2x minus 1. X squared plus 2x. That's all you do. Not too hard. Times. Okay, well in this case, we multiply them. F of x times g of x. So we have f of x being x squared plus 1. G of x is 2x minus 1, so we have x squared plus 1, 2x minus 1. You multiply it out. That would be 2x cubed minus x squared plus 2x minus 1. That's this one. Okay, now I'm going to clear that away. We're going to do composition of functions. Okay, so what's different in this case is that we're doing f of g of x. So whatever we put into f is g of x. What does that mean? Okay, let's take our f function. F function is, I'll give myself some room to work here, is x squared plus 1. Now, if I'm going to do the composition of functions, f of g, notice that's an open dot, then I'm going to replace this f, this x right here, this x, with g of x. See how I put the g of x where the x would normally go? So this becomes g of x. So in place of x squared, what normally go inside x squared is now, instead of x, it is 2x minus 1. So to find the composition, we would simply do, let's see, what is that squared? 4x squared minus 4x plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 there. So yeah, 4x squared minus 4x plus 2. That is that. Now, don't go thinking that g of f of x, if we were to switch those two, is the same thing. It's not. But let's find out real quick what that would be like. G of f of x. In that case, we have, start over, g, we plug f into the g spot. Okay, so what's g? G is 2x minus 1, 2x minus 1, and instead of where the x goes, we put our f function. F is x squared minus x squared plus 1, so we replace that with x squared plus 1, we get 2x squared plus 2 minus 1, which is just 2x squared plus 1. That's the composition of functions. You're just nesting them, one inside another. Nested is the best word.